Hello and welcome to Physics Veda. Today we will start a new topic, that is electric field due to uniformly charged ring at some axial line. Let us consider a ring and the charge is distributed uniformly over this ring. एक बात यहाँ पर हमें ध्यान में रखनी है कि हमारे पास जो कूलम्स लॉ है एंड हेंस हमने उससे जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैलकुलेट किया था, दैट इज E इज इक्वल टू कांस्टेंट Q अपॉन आर स्क्वायर. That formula for calculation of electric field belongs to the point charge. But here we cannot consider it as a point charge because of there are the charges distributed over the ring on the circumference of the ring. So that is why we have to use some different technique. Since electric field is a vector quantity, तो हमें यहां इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के कंपोनेंट्स स्प्लिट करने पड़ेंगे और इंटीग्रेशन मेथड से, बिकॉज ऑफ वी नो दैट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फॉर्मूला एंड हेंस द कूलम फोर्स फॉर्मूला वैलिड ओनली फॉर द पॉइंट चार्ज. तो यहां पर मैं स्मॉल एलिमेंट्स कंसीडर करूंगा एंड वी नो दैट इफ आई कंसीडर द स्मॉल एलिमेंट्स दैट इज डीएल. ठीक है, तो इन दैट डीएल स्मॉल एलिमेंट there are small charges and the small quantity of charges can be considered as a point charge because of we cannot consider कि charges तो यहां पर हैं और मैं सभी charges को center पर consider कर लूं. No. So we have to use the different analogy in order to calculate the electric field at some axial point. So this is the axial point over here. Next, another thing here. Since the charges are distributed over the circumference of the ring, so here what type of charge distribution? So obviously the charge distribution is the type of linear charge distribution. So which charge density associated with it? Obviously the linear charge density associated with it because of no charge is spreaded over the area of this ring. So now here what is the linear charge density here? That is the linear charge density, that is lambda. It is equal to the charge, the total value of charge spreaded over the circumference, that is 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the ring. Let's see the picture, the ring having the uniform charge distribution. This line drawn from the center, it is the axial line. At this axial line, at some point, at some general point, I have to calculate electric field. So let us consider P is the point situated on the axial line. That is, this P point is situated at x distance from this point, that is center of the ring. So let us consider on this ring there is a small element, let's say it is dl element. On this dl element the charges are very small and the small charges may considered as a point charge. So here on this small dl element the charges are very small, so that is why I can write here the charges are dq. So due to this dq charge over this small element of length on the uniformly charged ring, electric field I considered as dE, that is small electric field. Now consider this angle is theta over here, then this is also angle theta because of these are the vertically opposite angles. Since this dE is small electric field, so what is the value of this small electric field? Let's see here, that is dE. Now I can write here the electric field for the point charge because of dq is very small. So this is the constant k and we know that what is the value of constant here, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So dE is equal to k, that is charge. dE corresponds to the small charge, that is dq, and the distance. So which is the distance, center to point P or element to point P having the small charge? Obviously it's a distance from charge element to the point P. So now here what is the distance over here? The distance is r square plus x square. because of the electric field due to point charge, it is equal to this constant, the source charge, that is total charge q upon the distance square. So this distance is equal to square root of r square plus x square with the help of Pythagoras theorem. Now split the component of electric field, that is the component along the axial line, it is equal to dE cos theta. क्योंकि ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एक्सियल लाइन से एंगल क्रिएट करता है, तो जिस लाइन से एंगल क्रिएट होगा वो कॉस कंपोनेंट होगा, हम इसको बोल सकते हैं हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट. एंड ऑल्सो what is the next component here, that is dE sin theta. So this is the splitting of components of the electric field. But क्या यहां पर इस चार्ज रिंग में एक ही एलिमेंट है, क्या एक ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है? तो आंसर इज नो. Why? Because of there are so many elements are here. Due to this element the electric field is this, due to this element the electric field is this, due to this element the electric field is this. So यहां जितने भी DE electric fields होंगे due to the small charges, all having the components. Since I have considered here that is due to the DL element that I was considered on the upper side of the ring, this is the electric field. But if I again consider the DL element just opposite to the previous DL element, so where is the electric field? This may be the electric field. Let's see, again I considered the DL element same as the previous, so again it having the small charge, that is dq. So what will be the electric field? That is the electric field is equal to again dE. Since the axial line is passes through the center of the ring, so that is why this angle is again theta. So this is again the vertically opposite angle from the axis. So after splitting the components of electric field due to the next opposite DL element having the small charge, that is electric field dE. So what is this? This is the next component, that is dE cos theta. The next electric field is dE sin theta. If you make the vector sum, what will happen? We already studied that the opposite vectors, if the two vectors are opposite and equal, then they may cancel to each other. After adding all the components of electric field, what we found here, that is dE sin theta and dE sin theta may cancel to each other. So इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड केवल एक्सियल लाइन पर मिलेगा, क्योंकि जितने भी डीएल एलिमेंट हैं उन डीएल एलिमेंट पर जितने भी चार्जेस हैं उन सभी चार्जेस के लिए जो भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्रिएट होगा, जो भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्रिएट होगा उन सभी का साइन कंपोनेंट कैंसिल हो जाएगा और केवल कॉस कंपोनेंट बचेगा. एंड द कॉस कंपोनेंट इज अलोंग द एक्सिस ऑफ द रिंग. So that is why we can write what is the net electric field over here. So the net electric field, it is equal to the sum of all dE along the x-axis or along the axial line. So I can write here that is integration dE cos theta. Now the result is very simple here. That is, we know the value of dE. We can calculate the value of cos theta with the help of diagram. So what is the value? Just see the picture here. That is, r is the perpendicular, x is the base, and this is the hypotenuse, that is d is equal to square root of r square plus x square. So I can write here cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, that is x upon square root of x square plus r square. In place of square root, I can put here the power 1 by 2. So after substituting the value of cos theta and this dE, I can calculate the electric field due to the charge ring. Now putting the value of dE and cos theta in the expression in order to find the total electric field, E is equal to integration, the value of dE is equal to k, that is constant, this charge, that is dq, upon r square plus x square, and the value of cos theta is x upon x square plus r square to the power 1 by 2. One more thing I can write here, this dq it is equal to lambda into dl. So the electric field it is equal to constant x upon r square plus x square. I can write here the power 3 by 2 because of this having power 1 and this having power 1 by 2. So bases are same, power can be added. And also I can write integration lambda into dl. I can also take this lambda outside. Now we will decide what will be the limits. Since I want to calculate the electric field due to the charge distributed over the ring. So the charges are distributed over the circumference of the ring. So that is why I have to write here the limit that is 0 to the total circumference that is 2 pi r. Now I can integrate here. What will be the final result? That is E is equal to k x lambda upon r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. Integration dl is L. Now applying the limits here 0 to 2 pi r. So what will be the result? It is equal to k x lambda upon r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. After putting the limits, what I can write here? I can write here this is 2 pi r. Also, lambda it is equal to q upon 2 pi r. After putting the value of lambda and the constant that is k is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, what will be the expression here? Let's see. It is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The lambda it is equal to q upon 2 pi r x upon r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2 into 2 pi r. 2 pi r here cancel to each other. Then what is left finally? It is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q x upon r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. Let's see what are the possible special cases are here. The first special case is, since this is a ring, I want to calculate the electric field at this point P. This is the general point. For this general point, I have calculated the electric field formula. But I want to calculate the electric field at the center. So when we shift this point to the center, so let's see the diagram. The distance x will be 0. So after putting the distance x is 0 because of I want to calculate the electric field at the center. After putting the x is equal to 0 here in the electric field expression, so here this value is 0, it means q into 0 is 0. Again 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 0 is 0. So the electric field it is equal to 0. Another case, when the general point at which I want to calculate the electric field, it is very far from the ring. तो अगर ये P point इस रिंग से यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज रिंग से काफी दूर है तो रेडियस के कंपैरिजन में ये डिस्टेंस बहुत ज्यादा होगी. When this x is very greater than this radius of the ring, that is the square may be very greater than the radius of the ring. So that is why x square is very greater than r square. So I can neglect r square from the general expression of the electric field. So what will be the result here? The result will be I can neglect here r square. So the result is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x square. Let's see the result of the second case, that is the result E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x square. This is similar to the electric field in case of point charge. So if this P point is very far and the radius of ring is small, so the system of this uniformly charged ring is treated as point charge. This is only valid when this P point is very far and the radius of ring is small. So this is about the electric field due to uniformly charged ring at some axial point. Thank you so much.